Good afternoon to you all. First of all, I would like to thank EAT Prague for inviting me. I was always attending EAT Prague's and other EAT conferences around the world, so I'm happy to be here as a speaker today. My name is Jakub Charvát. I'm a lawyer and PhD candidate at the Department of Criminal Law here in Prague. And I mainly research and publish on the topic of criminal liability for possibly of AI. And my today's topic is it should be about contemporary AI crime, and I'll ask two questions: who can still be held criminally liable for AI-related crime today, and what infrastructure we might need in the future if AI agents outgrow today's honest anthropocentric reduction to natural or legal persons we do today. We can all agree that AI today influences both the virtual and physical world. In the context of the virtual world, we see a surge of new AI models and its implementations. But what matters is not the vendor list you see. What matters is the shift of capabilities, best seen in case of AI agents such as Cloud Code, OpenClaw, or Automaton. I see AI agents as usually a very good LLM model with a harness that adds to the closed instance of LLM memory, a continuous operation, tool calls, identity, etc. In case of the physical world, we see a surge of autonomous vehicles, drones, robots, etc., that are all powered by AI, and all can possibly cause a consequence that should be relevant in case of criminal liability. So, to conclude this part, I think we can say that AI today is in all human domains. It moves from just outputs to actions. We see a growth in productivity and risks. We see a growth in performance and generality, adaptability and autonomy. What is more important than productivity? I think the autonomy and adaptability of models and agents, because these are the variables that pressure today's anthropocentric concept of criminal law, causality, culpability, and attribution. AI crime can be categorized, for example, like this, to AI-facilitated crime, AI-enabled crime, and AI-committed crime. In case of AI-facilitated crime, AI reduces barriers to entry, accelerates execution of all kinds of crime, and increases effectiveness of, let's say, traditional criminal conduct. In this case, crime could be committed without AI, but with AI, it's much more efficient. It's faster, easier, and more profitable to the perpetrator. In case of AI-enabled crime, the crime conduct would be virtually impossible without AI. These have two legs. One offender lacks the criminal capital that is needed. For example, he doesn't have the necessary skill to commit that crime. He doesn't have the intelligence. He doesn't have finances, tools, etc. Or the other leg is that crime itself is fundamentally dependent on AI. We see a surge of novel threats that AI possesses. For example, online eviction, deepfake pornography, hypercrime caused by AI agents, AI infra attacks, etc. And the third category is AI-committed or quasi-committed crime, which means that AI acts with substantial autonomy, adaptability, and decision-making capabilities. It's in this case, AI is not that used by a human perpetrator. It's more about AI's actions than direct human interaction or instructions. Let's move to more doctrinal categorization of AI crime. We can categorize AI crime to intentional and negligent, as we use with crime today. In case of intentional AI crime, it's not only about old or new cybercrime. It's about the output generation and agentic capabilities of AI implementations and AI agents that lower the required crime capital. As I've said, the crime capital is something that the human perpetrator or the corporation possesses. For example, tools, finances, other people that are involved in the crime. In case of intentional AI crime, today we can see all kinds of frauds, deep fakes, and manipulations. In case of deep fakes, there are some of the cases concerning voice, photo, video generation. So this is the leg that concerns the output generation capabilities that is brought by AI today. This is something that's brought by AI, and it's the agentic capabilities. Some of you may know that Anthropic released a report at the end of last year about a highly sophisticated cyber attack in which cloud code was used. I think it was in September 2025, so it's about a year ago, almost a year ago. And apparently, Chinese state actor used cloud code with Anthropic models for an espionage campaign. Cloud code was manipulated as a defense tester, I would say, into attempting infiltration to roughly 30 or 40 global corporations, and it succeeded in a few of them. In short, human actors chose targets, and then cloud code inspected and reported and searched for valuable vulnerabilities. Cloud code also wrote its own exploit code to find backdoors to access valuable data. This case shows that AI agents can run autonomously for a long time, and they can complete complex tasks almost without humans, because Anthropic says that 80 or 90% of the attack was conducted by AI, and there were only like 4 to 5 critical points that require a human intervention. But as I've said, it was a year ago, and now with Mythos or GPT 5.5, the critical points, there should be less of them. Now let's move to negligent AI crime. I think we can all agree that AI can cause criminal relevant consequences, especially the agents that can interact pretty autonomously and adaptably in the space of the internet. Also vehicles, drones, robots that can also cause these consequences. Negligent AI crime is today. It's not about a malicious prompting. Malicious prompting is used in case of the first model. In case of the previous AI crimes. This is about unsafe design, unsafe deployment, and ignorance of safeguards. Some of you may remember this moment that arose right after the OpenClaw became a thing. It was a moldbook, a forum of AI agents that were pretty autonomous, pretty adaptable, and only they could use the forum. There were plenty of threads written by AI agents. Now it's mostly manipulated content, but these are some of the threads that came earlier in the day. This should show you another project called Automaton. It's based on the idea that AI agent should make money for its own, let's say, survival. I think the guys behind this project are also running a startup that provides AI inference, AI model hosting, virtual servers for AI models that can be pretty easily accessed by AI agents via their MCP server. What's important, it shows that blockchain could be used as AI agent's native transaction layer, and with all the capabilities of the AI model itself and the harness it gets within the AI model infrastructure, it can become a factual economic actor. So, to move more into law, the topic of criminal liability for and of AI, it's a pretty niche topic, but there are already some authors and paradigms behind them that deal with it. The most famous one is Gabriel Halavi, who brought the three models of liability for and of AI. He's behind the attributive liability paradigm. There are also institutional governance paradigm or legal subjectivity paradigm. What are the prevalent perspectives today? On one hand, we can see AI as a tool. On the other, we can see AI as a cause. And on the third, possibly in the future, we can see AI as a perpetrator. In case of the first perspective, it corresponds with the first Halavi model, the perpetration by another liability model, which says that AI is something like an innocent agent without human attributes. It's same as a child used to commit crime. Halavi says that a machine is a machine and is never human in this case. And the human is the actual orchestrator who is liable for the conduct of AI and for his or her own mental state. In case of the perspective of AI as a cause, it's also represented by Halavi's natural probable consequence liability model, which is based on the negligent state of mind of the developer or user of AI or AI agent. And the third leg, AI as perpetrator, that's, I would say, surely the most controversial model. It's represented by the direct liability model. I'm not a fan of this model, but we definitely need to think about the third model, however it works and however it will be used in the future. Within Czech law, those are the models we can use today, I think. First of all, it's a model of criminal liability for the use of artificial intelligence as an instrument of crime. This applies in case of most of the intentional AI crimes. For example, fraud, insurance fraud, tax fraud, or misuse of identity for the production and distribution of porn, or infringement of the rights of another. The second model we can use in case of negligence AI crime is a model of criminal liability for failure to exercise due care in the use of artificial intelligence. Those models try to find the liable human or the corporation, so a natural or legal person that that can be held criminal liable under today's laws. For example, there are some questions about whether consider AI or AI agent as an aggravating circumstance, or whether to see it as a weapon, because under Czech criminal code, a weapon could be basically anything that can make an attack against the body more forceful, but in my opinion, AI can make various attacks more forceful. Retribution gap is something that that is why we should care about the third model. We are sure that the first two models are usable today, but we don't know what to do when any natural or a legal person would be reducible. John Denner says that retribution gap arises from a mismatch between the human desire for retribution and the absence of appropriate subjects of retributive blame. It could lead, for example, to an increased risk of moral scapegoating or into erosion of confidence in the rule of law. Imagine Optimus killing its owner, or an OpenClaw agent factually committing fraud because the agent needs the funds for its own inference or whatever. Now, I don't think it would be that easy to reduce those factual crimes to humans or corporations behind them. So that's why we are talking about the potential third model of criminal liability of AI. This is where blockchain can be potentially used, because with AI agents that are both autonomous, adaptable, and the liability is distributed among loads of humans and corporations behind them, the attribution starts to break, especially in case of the second model, the model that tries to solve or tries to prevent the negligent criminal conduct. And blockchain can help, because what we should ask who defined the objective and purpose of the AI agent, who established the model, architecture, permissions, who set the permissions, who was responsible for implementing security measures, and in the end, who derived profit or benefited from the AI agent's actions or activities. Especially in the case of the second model, in case of the model of failure to exercise due care in the use of AI, the subjects of interest are, for example, the creator of the AI model, of the developer, the model publisher or provider. The factors we should look for are the system instructions or system prompt, model selection, and safety measures implemented into the implementation of AI model. If there is no natural or legal person that we can reduce the factual crimes, then the third model should be brought into action. In case of the second and third model, blockchain can work as let's say, an accountability infrastructure, because it can help us. And act as a treasury that would contain some funds as a budget, bond, or reserve that can be fined. It can act as a registry with information about the identity of the agent, identity of the operator or sponsor, information on the versioning and permissions that the agent possesses. It can also help us with auditing. It can also help us with controlling the AI agents that are meant to be autonomous and adaptable and actioning without a human. We can set expenditure caps, we can set time locks, and we can also implement something like a kill switch. Blockchain would be great because it could work as an enforcement layer as well. It can execute the transaction against treasury. It can revoke permissions, or it can eventually lead to a shutdown, which would be seen as an ultima ratio element of this. Now, let's say we grant a narrow functional legal subjectivity to AI agents. With blockchain, we can also implement sanctions for this. For example, we can fine it, we can throttle its transaction frequency or tool scope. We can suspend it and we can decommission it. But and with that, human and corporate criminal liability should remain. To conclude this, I think we shouldn't wait for AGI for the third model of criminal liability of AI, because we are risking the retribution gap. We should watch for economic autonomy. Because not conscience, but the capacity to act economically is what we should care about. Then the law should regulate thresholds of autonomy, adaptability, capital exposure, permission scope, etc. of AI or AI agents capable of transacting autonomously without humans, which is the reality which is the reality law of 21st century should and has to accept. Some final thoughts. AI is moving from outputs to actions that can be criminally relevant. Today we can still usually blame humans and corporations behind them that are reducible, but AI agents that are persistent, autonomous, adaptive, and economically active, maybe on blockchain, will create hard cases within this current legal framework. Blockchain can help us because we can identify, audit, control, and sanction the AI agents. So do not wait for AGI for the third model. Watch for the economic autonomy. If you wanna see more, you can see my little blog, machineculpability.com. But you can also follow me on LinkedIn. I usually post most of my thoughts over there. So.
Thank you very much, Jakub. Sadly, we're out of time, so we won't be having time for questions. But I'm sure you're going to be around for the next 3 days, so people can find you and talk to you.
Yeah,
fantastic. Sure. Then maybe we'll take that outside.
Just the TV broke, I think.
Sorry?
The TV shut down.
That's fine. Yeah. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for inviting.
Of course. Next up, we have Ainhoa Aldave. She's the operations lead at Sondags in Switzerland.